Okay, this is nuts. And I know you guys don't really like 3 videos, but it is what it is. Okay, so it came. Here's the funny, sad thing is, I got my version of Hawk Run Hollow Halloween before Michelle did because Julie happened to get it first, and I think Michelle has it by now. And several people have shown this, and Emily C showed it the other day. This is the bigger. They include this giant version. I mean, this is an 8.5 by 11 version. You guys, this is my favorite, which is no surprise. Anything having to do with water. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Look at the little. Oh, this is killer. I love this so much. My dogs are freaking out because they're like, "Who are you talking to?" They're right here. Anyway, that is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. So I went in. That's when I got the November wordplay, was when I went in to just pick this up. It is charted. You can do it either in DMC or NPI silks, and I am doing my the Shores of Hawk Run Hollow in NPI silks, and I love those. They're really expensive, but you know, these are huge charts that are going to take, I mean, this is going to take me a year at minimum, probably longer. And I think for something like that, that's going to take that amount of time, I'm good using, you know, anyway. So yeah, I just saw the price on the back of this. Michelle Rudy, you did not need to do that. This is kind of an expensive chart. It's, you know, it's a lot, right? It's all of, I mean, look at that. Oh. So anyway, I got my NPI silks, and Julie and I discussed it a little bit, and you know, I said, well, I guess I could do it in DMC, and she said, will you be happy doing it in DMC? She knows me. That's the neat thing about having someone like Julie around, is Julie is really good at, she's really good at knowing her customers. And I haven't known Julie all that long. Maybe only like a little over a year. My friend Suzanne Burgoyne from Iowa introduced me to Julie, and you know, I've mentioned before that she's far away. I kind of got in trouble because I always talk about how far away Julie is, and you know, it's all relative because we do live in Omaha, and I am, as I've said, you know, on one end of town and she's on the other end of town, and so we're probably about as far away as you can be and still be considered Omaha. But really, she's only about 25 minutes away. But I guess when Michelle called her to pre-order my chart, she said, oh, I know she's really, really far away from you. And Julie was like, what? She's not that far away from me. But anyway, but you know, so I haven't known her that long. I don't get to go there that often, but she just knows me. And she said, I said, oh, I guess I could just use DMC. And she looked at me and she said, are you going to be happy using DMC? And I said, no. And of course I wouldn't be happy using DMC. So I did get the NPI silks and I started it. Oh, and I love the fabric that we picked out is this. She didn't have the exact called for fabric, but look at that. Look at the modeling in that. And I have it written down, and I forgot to bring that over here to tell you what it is. But if anybody wants to know, just leave a comment and I'll find it. So here's my start on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. And I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it so much, Michelle. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I probably would not have ordered it on my own, not at this point in time, just because I have too many other things going on. But I love it. I love it. Just love it. Okay, so then so that's it for my whips. That's what I've been working on for the past kind of 2 weeks, those projects. But I do have a couple of FFOs. So I'm going to actually, they're already up, and so I'm going to actually insert pictures of both of them. But I'll tell you a little bit about it. I'm just watching the time here. I won't do more than 3 videos, I promise. The first one is last year's, the 2016 Lizzie Kate Halloween Mystery Sampler. And that was one that was released in 3 parts, and I had it mostly finished and then had put it away after Halloween last year and didn't get it out. So I got it out the other day and I finished it up, and I framed it myself, and then I added a little bit of bittersweet around the outside as it's hanging. And so I'm going to insert a picture of it here. And the other thing that I finished, I remembered the other day, was something I had started, I believe, last summer, that was the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Oh, now I'm not going to remember what they're called, but they're the little candy corn people dressed up in Halloween costumes. And there are 2 different charts that I bought, and I did one chart. I did not have a piece of fabric big enough to stretch them out across the page and show them kind of in a lineup. So I kind of did them all over the fabric, and then I had some empty blank spots, and so I charted myself 3 little pumpkins, and I filled those in with 3 little pumpkins. This is by no means anything fancy. I have a friend who had hip replacement surgery this week who's not a cross stitcher, but she does a lot of refurbishing of furniture. And when I was at her house, I told her that I was going to stop by. I had taken her lunch on Tuesday. And when I was leaving, I said, where's the closest Goodwill? I want to run over there and see if they have some frames. And she said, oh, no, you're not. You're going to go shopping in my garage because I have tons of frames. And so she had this frame that I brought home with me that fit this stitchery the way I had done it perfectly. My original intent was to paint the frame and then frame the piece, but I loved the way it looked not painted, and it's old and kind of yucky and sort of retro-y and outdated, but I loved it. So I'm going to insert a picture of that here. And then this is how I have it displayed. Okay, I'm almost out of the Valdani thread for the witch, the black and white witch, the Halloween Town witch. I'm almost out of that fabric, or that floss. And so I went to 123 Stitch last night to order that. And there were some other things sitting in my cart that I had forgotten about. What I've started doing when I go late at night to 123 Stitch is, if I have the inclination to order something, I will stick it in the cart, and then I will close out of the file, close out of 123 Stitch, the browser, and if I'm still thinking about it the next morning, I'll order it. If I forget about it, I forget about it and I don't place the order. I was just having way too many 123 Stitch orders at midnight. So there were a couple things in there, and I did go ahead and leave. There were several things in there, and I actually deleted a couple of the things, but I did leave in Hare's Halloween by Plum Street Sampler, which is the hares with the rabbits with the giant ears. The dog is being crazy over here. That's really cute. And then I was watching, oh my goodness, Jen, Delicious Threads, and she had just gotten Skeleton Crew, and I've had that on my wish list for forever. It's a Cricut collection, I believe, and it's the ship with the skeletons and the sails, and it's just a simple nut. So I did leave that. So those 2 are coming along with my threads from my thread for the Witch Halloween Town. Couple other things. While I was at Julie's, I bought these scissors because I'm always looking. I have a million pairs of little embroidery scissors, but I'm always looking for them. And so look at these. Look at how cute those are. Those adorable. The little cat scissors. And I like them because I kind of have a fat thumb, and the openings are wide enough to get my fingers in there. So I thought those were really cute. Then I remembered that several years ago, a friend gave me some Prairie Schooler charts. And at that time, that was the first I'd ever heard of Prairie Schooler. I didn't know anything about Prairie Schooler. And I thought, ooh, I think there's a Halloween, a Prairie Schooler Halloween. So there was, and along with 2 Christmas ones. So she had given me, this is book number 156. It's the Prairie Schooler with the little Halloween ornaments. Oh, I like those. I'm not a fan of the cat. The cat's spooky to me too. Not spooky, but yeah, just creepy looking. I love the moon. I like the jack-o'-lantern. I like the pumpkin. The owl's good. I love the skeleton. I love the house, and I love the witch. Okay. So I'm sure I won't do them all, but maybe I'll do some of them. The Night Before Christmas, which I think Garrett did that not too long ago. I love that. And then I love all the little, how you could turn these into little vignettes and little individual ornaments. Those are so, look at those. Oh my goodness, the town. See, I'm always drawn to building. I love the bed. I just saw that. Oh, I love that with the little guy sleeping. I have to do that. Maybe I'll do that one for Ryan for Christmas. Ryan informed me the other day that when he comes home from school for the first time, which will be Thanksgiving, we'll see him in October for the wedding, but when he comes home from school for Thanksgiving, he is going to sleep for 24 hours straight in his own bed. And I informed him that will not be happening because we only have 3 days with him and I want to make the most of my time. The other one is Happy Christmas, and it's this town, and I would like to do this whole thing. More buildings, yay. But I love that, and I love anything that has Santa flying over in the sleigh. That is beautiful. I love that chart. I'll tell you one little thing about the wedding. I think I've mentioned that Ryan is playing all the music during the wedding and playing Caitlin walking down the aisle. Beforehand, he's playing the piano for that. He's playing the trumpet for the closing or the recessional song. He's playing All You Need Is Love on the trumpet, accompanied by our good friend Peter Klemp, who was the high school band director. And Peter's going to play music from 3:30 to 4 before Ryan starts playing, so that Ryan, who's also a groomsman, can walk me down the aisle. But Peter's going to play while I walk down the aisle and while the bridesmaids and, the flower girl and the ring bearer and all those people walk down the aisle. So Caitlin was really overwhelmed and had sent an email to Ryan and Peter saying, I need some help with the music. And Peter put together all this music, and then I was listening to it yesterday. Needless to say, I was sobbing, picturing how pretty and beautiful Caitlin is going to look walking down the aisle to that music. And I think that I'll listen to it every day between now and the wedding, and hopefully that way I won't have an ugly cry when the wedding does come. I will be all cried out. Okay, a couple little quick things. Just a couple of mats, hooked mats, Halloween hooked mats, super old, did these a long time ago. This one was designed by my friend Janice Lee, who owns the rug cooking store, and there's stuff on it. Of course there is. This is in my kitchen, so there's splatter on it. This is called Badass Jack. I refused to call it that when I was hooking it. I just said, let's just call it Jack, Bad Jack. But truly that was the name that she gave it, was Badass Jack. So there you go. It's just a little mat, really cute. And then the other one is a pillow, but I turned this one into a really bad pillow. So the hooking is good. I'm happy with the hooking. But that's the pillow. Has a hair on it. So yeah, that needs some work. But anyway, the hooking turned out great. Super happy with that. But I stuffed it with a towel. So yeah, that needs some work. Anyway, guys, I think that's it. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're getting lots of stitching in. Today or tomorrow is the first day of fall. I'm so excited. Or maybe that's today. I think it's today. But we have 92 degrees here today. Not happy about that. I'm ready for some cold weather and some rain and maybe snow. Who knows? I hope you're all doing well. Take care. Have a great day, guys. Bye.